Now, again, let's look at the people that are kind of on board with Iran, because it's the clusterfucks in our borders. It's our issue. It's our communists and leftists. This is the Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sánchez.
Estamos precipitando de manera muy peligrosa hacia un mundo cada vez más inestable, más inseguro, más belicoso y, por tanto, más injusto para el común de los mortales. Ayer yo creo que esos temores se constataron nuevamente, por desgracia. Dos países atacaron a Irán unilateralmente, Estados Unidos e Israel, sin contar con la comunidad internacional.
Oh, they attacked Iran without consulting the international community. This is the most pathetic shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, quite literally. Like, the communists that are in our Western countries are quite literally gonna be our next threat after we're done with Iran. Like, this is unbelievable. What do you mean without consulting the... We need to ask your permission, sir? Your permission so that we can stop people that want to kill us? Oh my God, dude. Get out of here.
Que se puede estar contra un régimen odioso, como está el conjunto de la sociedad española, como es el régimen iraní, y estar a la vez en contra de una intervención militar injustificada, peligrosa y fuera de la legalidad internacional.
It's outside of international law. No, what about international law? This is so sad. To quote Elon Musk, Sanchez is the true fascist totalitarian. This is him trying to ban free speech on the internet for safety. Like, dude, unbelievable. We do not need to deal with this. We don't need these people, man. We gotta get together and figure this shit out.
Que se debe estar contra una guerra iniciada.
Yeah, so anyway, we have Spain as our number one enemy, it seems, these days. All right, Spain condemned the U.S. war. It violates international law. They didn't even ask. They didn't even ask our permission before they operated in their own interest to stop people that are chanting death to America and trying to kill us. No, I can't believe this. All right, well, let's see what's going on in Australia. We got communists and leftists there, too, that are honestly diabolical.
While millions around the world are celebrating the death of the Ayatollah, several Shia mosques across Sydney are now planning to honour the former Iranian leader with 3 days of mourning.
Get them out! Get them out of your countries before it's too late. Why are you doing this to yourselves? This has got to be some of the most unbelievable civilizational suicide I've ever seen in my entire life. Right, you have people doing 3 days of mourning for Ayatollah, quite literally an enemy to the Western world, that himself openly stated his plan to destroy Western civilization, massacre tens of thousands of his own people. Like, why would you do this?
That has sparked outrage among politicians and the Jewish community, the Premier calling it atrocious.
To most, he was a cruel, oppressive leader, but at this prayer hall in Sydney's south, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is revered and now mourned.
Deport them all, every single one of them. Oh my God, but they're naturalized. Figure it out. Figure it out, bro. There's got to be somewhere in the oath of joining a country that you're not allowed to ally with your enemies. Quite literally the enemy of your civilization. What are we doing?
Yes, we lost one of our biggest scholars, Islamic scholars, religious scholar.
The Shiite centre, one of several across the city, openly inviting members to honour Iran's slain leader.
He was very well respected from everyone.
Yeah, no, not among, 80% of his own people who are all celebrating in the streets that he's dead. This is insane.
And yeah, it's a loss.
Announcing 3 days of prayers to honour the martyrdom of His Eminence, the guardian jurist and supreme leader of the Islamic Revolution.
His Eminence, bro, really?
It's not something strange for us to do something for his soul.
The Premier outraged, saying the Ayatollah deserves nothing.
By any objective measure, the Ayatollah was evil, and I don't think that we should be mincing words about this. I think we...
Well, I think you shouldn't just be writing strongly worded letters against these people. I think you need to get these people out of your country. Like, I don't know why you're planning on sharing a country with people that you brought into your country, and they literally have an ideology that is toxic. They literally want to kill you. Like, this is unbelievable. Like, we don't need to deal with this suicidal empathy, right? Like, dude, every single one of these people, like, obviously I could watch this on repeat. These are people crying over the death of Khomeini. Oh! Yes! Let's go! First, we let them cry. Then, we deport all of them. Oh my god. Nux, why are you laughing at their tears? Because they're retarded and gay and they're supporting a terrorist. Terrorists dying is actually a good thing. I'm not gonna get emotionally blackmailed by fat communists with nose rings into thinking that, no, actually we need to cry because a terrorist is dead. No, actually this is W. Now, we need to import as many of these into our countries as we can, says England probably. Now, don't forget, one of our major issues are the things that are in our country. Mother stabbed to death at Virginia bus stop by illegal immigrant with over 30 arrests. Dude, we gotta take care of this shit. We got people celebrating my death, which the rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated, I do have to say. But this has been a nice thing. Apparently, it's very offensive to 17-year-old he/hims that I am existing and alive. So that means my coverage is really good. People are really enjoying my content if they're celebrating my death. That's for sure. Now, Keir Starmer. All right, I've been getting so many death threats over this shit, which is why I decided I'm gonna go even harder. So Keir Starmer, or as we call him here, Queer Stammer. All right, so he decided he was gonna release an address to the people. Now, I want to show you what occupied Britain looks like.
Yesterday, I spoke to you about the situation in the Gulf and explained that the United Kingdom was not involved in the strikes on Iran.
No! We were not involved! You can't blame me! It's not my fault! It's not my fault! Muslim terrorists that are in our country as we speak right now. No! No! We're not allowed! We're not allowed to talk about it! Please! Please! We were not involved! Don't be mad at us, Muslims in our country!
That remains the case. Over the last 2 days, Iran has launched sustained attacks across the region.
Oh, I love how he released this video. It's like quiet.
Countries who did not attack them. They've hit airports and hotels.
Yeah, they're terrorists, and you still can't condemn them. They're terrorists that are bombing indiscriminately everyone around them, and you still can't condemn them. That's how cucked you are.
Hotels where British citizens are staying. This is clearly a dangerous situation. We have at least 200,000 British citizens.
Dude, look at this dude's holding his hands. Bro, this is the gayest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
In the region.
Look at this.
Residents, families on holiday, and those in transit.
All right, so you literally have your people in danger, and you're still doing nothing. Got it.
I ask all our people in the region to please register your presence and follow Foreign Office travel advice.
Dude, leftists are so pathetic, it's unbelievable. Like, you're electing retards like this. You know that? Like these are your people. Okay? All right, the people on the right, at least they do things. All right, what the fuck is this?
I know
this is a fake man. This is the most emasculated dude I've ever seen in my entire life. And every single leftist leader throughout the world looks exactly like this. All right, him and Macron and Sanchez, they're all just these, like, actual emasculated, feminized, retarded gay men that refuse to do anything with their lives. That sit there and say, inaction is important. I will write a strongly worded letter against the terrorist that's massacring 30,000 people.
This is a deeply worrying time. And we will continue to do all we can to support you. Our armed forces, who are located across the region, are also being put at risk by Iran's actions.
All right.
Yes.
So quite literally, you have your people are getting targeted by Iran. You have your forces targeted by Iran. He's probably not going to mention this in his little speech, but a lot of you might not be aware of this. Iran conducted 20 terrorist attacks on British soil, but he's still not doing anything against Iran. All right?
Yesterday, Iran hit a military base in Bahrain.
They literally struck you! Like, dude, this is crazy. Not only are they a terrorist organization, all your allies are doing this, etc., yada, yada. They literally struck a British military base. And he's still cucked.
Narrowly missing British personnel. The death of the supreme leader will not stop Iran from launching these strikes.
Okay.
Their approach is becoming even more reckless and more dangerous to civilians.
They've always been dangerous to civilians. They've killed tens of thousands of their own people, let alone hundreds of thousands of people around them. What are you talking about?
Our decision that the UK would not be involved with the strikes on Iran
Okay.
was deliberate,
All right.
not least because we believe that the best way forward for the region and for the world is a negotiated settlement.
I'm telling you, these people are actually fucking retarded. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is why when we elect leaders, we vote for them that actually have testicles, not people that are neutered. This is the most unbelievable limp dick, cuck, lib shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Really? They struck your base. Okay, they struck your base. They've killed tens of thousands. We've tried negotiations for years. It's never worked. They're always building shit to try to kill us. You're still now pushing for negotiations? Wait, you want them to write an apology tweet? This is insanity.
One in which Iran agrees to give up any aspirations
They made this deal 47 times and they lie every time. They're terrorists.
to develop a nuclear weapon.
Oh my God.
But Iran is striking British interests nonetheless and putting British people at huge risk, along with our allies across the region. That is the situation we face today.
Uh-huh.
Our partners in the Gulf have asked us to do more to defend them.
No! He wasn't even gonna use defensive missiles. There's no way. Until he was asked by the Arab countries, they were like, hello, they're striking your bases. Could you please defend yourself? And he was like, okay. He wasn't gonna do it himself.
And it is my duty to protect British lives. We have British jets in the air as part of coordinated defensive operations, which have already successfully intercepted Iranian strikes.
Wow.
But the only way to stop the threat is to destroy the missiles at source.
Oh shit, so are you gonna actually do something about that? Are you gonna get involved with the strikes?
In their storage depots or the launchers which are used to fire the missiles.
Oh my God, so are you gonna do something about it? Are you gonna join us, right? Look, we're there at war right now. Our only ally on the battlefield is Israel, essentially. Saudi Arabia's thinking of joining. Is England gonna join too?
The United States has requested permission to use British bases for that specific and limited defensive purpose.
No, he will not contribute, but he will let the United States use his base, which, let me remind you, he refused to let us use his bases before the war started. Right before the war started, Trump asked him, please let us use your military bases, and he said no. He capitulated to the Islamist terrorists, and he said no to us, his ally, right? Everyone's telling me that Trump has to be super nice and lick the balls of the European cucks because apparently they're our greatest allies, and he refused to let us use their military bases until now that they're striking them? Nah, dude. Nah, I'm just so done with this guy.
We have taken the decision to accept this request to prevent Iran firing missiles across the region, killing innocent civilians, putting British lives at risk.
Look, man, I know that we got the first 3 months settled. All right, we got a lot of El Presidente so far, but could we next month, if we're not doing Cuba, could we get this guy? Could we please put Starmer in a cell?
And hitting countries that have not been involved. The basis of our decision is the collective self-defense of long-standing friends and allies and protecting British
Liar. He didn't actually give a shit about any of that. He's only doing that now because he was struck.
lives. That is in accordance with international law.
International law.
And we are publishing a summary of our legal advice. We are not joining these strikes, but we will continue with our defensive actions in the region.
So, no, he's not going to help us.
And we will also bring experts from Ukraine
Oh,
to give
wow.
up with our own
Oh,
experts
that's
to
going to
help
help.
Gulf partners shoot down Iranian drones attacking them. I want to be very clear. We all remember the mistakes of Iraq, and we have learned
Oh my
those
God,
lessons.
dude. This guy's insufferable.
We were not involved.
We were
in
not
the
involved. Don't blame
initial
us.
strikes on Iran.
Do not be upset at us. 20% of the Muslim community that makes up our country.
And
Please don't rape extra children in retaliation.
we will not join offensive action now.
And he's still not doing
But
anything.
Iran is pursuing
Incredible.
a scorched earth strategy. So we are supporting the collective self-defense of our allies and our people in the region.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about his allies or had he done something before. He's only doing it now because he was literally struck.
Because that is our duty to the British people.
Right.
It is the best
Mr. 20% approval rating, your duty to the British people is resigning.
way to eliminate the urgent threat and prevent the situation spiralling further. This is the British government protecting British interests
Yeah, right.
and British lives.
Sort of. Yeah, okay. And that's it. The gayest little address I've ever seen in my entire life. As you can see, this has 10 million views, 14,000 likes, 16,000 replies.
Yesterday-
No one is buying this shit. This is the most pathetic, weak response I've ever seen in my entire life from a leader. It's honestly incredible. I have never seen anything like this before. Now, let's understand what's going on. We asked them to let us use their bases. They said no. We got involved in the war. They said no. That we asked them, hey, you want to help us? They said no. They got struck by Iran and they're like, we're not involved. We're not involved. But we will let them use our bases to protect us. This is the worst ally we've ever had. I'm not even exaggerating. This is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Dog, unironically, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates are closer allies to us right now than Queer Starmer over here. It's honestly horrifying that this is the reality, but it is. Our strongest allies around the world, I don't think any of them are European anymore. Our strongest allies right now are El Salvador, Argentina, the United Arab Emirates, Israel, and Japan. All right? I'm not even exaggerating. Like, if I had to pick a top 5, it would probably be something like that. Like, this is insanity. Complete and utter insanity. And we are being yelled at by Democrats. Why is Trump playing hardball with tariffs with Europe? They're our allies. Our allies, my asshole. Get out of here. Britain is in a hostage situation. They are captured by their Islamists inside of their borders, unable to do anything.
In terms then of those developments in the UK government's position, do you back what America and Israel have done? It's been condemned by the United Nations. Many countries have said it's illegal.
Yeah, the United Nations, owned by Islam, is condemning us for killing terrorists that are trying to kill us.
Some of your colleagues have said it is illegal. Does the government back what they've done?
Britain played no part in...
They all say the same thing. We had nothing to do with it. Don't kill us. Don't kill us. I know that there's literally a foreign army that wants to rape and kill us in our borders. We have to appease them.
the strikes on Iran.
We had nothing to do with
We
it.
share, however, the primary aim of all allies in the region and the US that Iran should never have a nuclear weapon.
But do
Repeat
you
the
believe
talking
this
points.
action was within international law?
Well, we played
This lady didn't get the memo. International law is fake and gay. There's no such thing as international law.
no part in the strikes. We
we
just
played
didn't
no part.
participate.
We
and
played
it
no
is
part.
for
No,
the
we
US
didn't
to
do
set
it,
out
no.
the legal basis of the action that it took. Our first focus...
So you don't know if it's legal. You don't have a view as to whether or not these strikes were the right thing to do and within international law.
So it's for the US to explain the legal basis they're operating
But
on.
other countries have. Forgive me. Other important allies of the UK have. So Canada, for example.
Oh, Canada! Canada got involved. I don't care. And all right, another one of these cucked out countries. We were not involved in Iran. We did not help the United States. They're terrified of what their Muslim captors will do to them. Honestly, true. It's an entire nation completely captured. All right. So this is the UK politics. Donald Trump says Keir Starmer took far too long to give the US access to British bases. That's probably never happened between our countries before. We were very disappointed in Keir. That is apparently what Trump said regarding Keir Starmer's address. Now he's going to let the United States use his bases. And Donald Trump said, I'm very disappointed in you, Keir. And dude, just look at the quote retweets. They're eating him alive. Summing up the British approach to Iran. U.S. asked to use British bases. We say no. Tell everyone we weren't involved. Hope they leave us alone. Oh dear, they didn't leave us alone. They're shooting missiles at us. Claim the only way to stop this and to protect British citizens is to destroy the missiles at source. Allow the Americans to use our bases to destroy the missiles at source. Refuse to help destroy the missiles at source, even though we just said destroying them at source is the only way to end the threat to British citizens. Tell everyone we're not involved and hope they leave us alone. Dude, humiliating stuff. Why did you cover up the rape gangs? Resign. Right? Britain will remember you as a failure. America will remember you as a traitor. Iran will remember you as a coward. History will remember you as a criminal. God damn. The coward commie will end the UK. Bro, it's honestly incredible watching this. And of course, this is the craziest part. The craziest part. Zara Sultana, a member of the parliament in England, Muslim, we've learned the lessons of Iraq, says Keir Starmer, as he backs another illegal US-led war in the Middle East. He backs it. According to Muslims, he backed it. According to every normal human being on the planet, he's an absolute and complete cuck. This is crazy. This is insane. Like, dude, this guy, like, you're electing weak fucking men. I'm telling you, man, the era of feminized men has destroyed Western civilization. Hopefully we can recover. Thank God America seems to. All right. Now, this is also in England, right? In the Islamic center of England, they are doing a gigantic leader today is a great martyr. They are calling a terrorist pedophile their leader in British borders. Deport them. What are you doing? It's gonna be too late. Like, it's literally gonna be too late. Nux, your stance is too strong. Dude, my stance on immigration is simple. If you're not able to assimilate or, you know, even remotely integrate into our culture, you shouldn't be in our country. Like, why are we importing people into our countries that celebrate our death? Why should we import people into our countries that chant death to America? We don't need to do this. It is such a moderate position, it's insane. You are all the radicals, all right? You people that think we should be importing retards into our country that want to kill us, that is the radical, insane position. I will never change my mind. In fact, breaking, multiple people stabbed in the UK city of Edinburgh by a man with knives. All right, let's guess if it's a white guy. The Edinburgh knifeman barricaded himself in a high-rise flat. People are yelling at him to jump. Just yelling at him to jump.
Bastards! These are fucking cowards or not? Get something done it.
Right, so Islamic African terrorist that stabbed a bunch of people outside a primary school in Edinburgh. I wonder why he was by a primary school altogether. Probably another coincidence, right? So we don't need these people. This is the face of a man that knows that the country is hostage. All right, this is a face of a man that knows that the country is held hostage. He knows that it's over. Like, it's crazy. Knifeman stabs multiple people, sparking school lockdown in Edinburgh, Scotland. Unbelievable. Holy shit. And he's just as Scottish as everyone else. This is the most Scottish man I've ever seen, if I do say so myself. Meanwhile, the Green Party, which is a British communist party, essentially, is literally doing pro-Iran rallies. Right? And this is the third biggest party in England. Look at all these white, straight British men. Anyway, yada yada, etc., etc. They're partying and defending terrorist organizations. Deputy leader of the Green Party, Muffin Ali, joined a protest in London supporting the Islamic regime in Iran. The IRGC plotted 20-plus terror attacks on British soil, and the Green Party is the third largest party in the UK in some polls. So here we have the third largest party in the United Kingdom directly, openly supporting a terrorist organization government that's massacred 10,000 of their own people, probably more, but definitely more, over 30,000 we know for sure. Started endless wars in the Middle East, and also, let's not forget, plotted 20-plus terror attacks in Britain itself. But they don't care. They support them because you invite people into your countries that want to kill you.